Ceylon tea is famous for its flavour and quality the world over. In this series, we explore the threats to its future. We've already looked at its history and the risk posed by climate change and a government ban on weedicide. But what other political interventions threaten to destroy Sri Lanka's greatest export? In Sri Lanka's 2016 budget, the government announced plans to restrict the size of estates run by regional plantation companies to 5,000 acres. With these estates currently averaging 25,000 acres, this will have a dramatic impact on organisations that claim to be already making losses. The question is how reducing economies of scale of production would benefit the tea industry.
So by splitting up the divisions into 5, you can have a more accountable system. If you have smaller clusters, it will be easier to manage. They've had the land for the last 20 odd years. Why should they be managing the companies if they can't make money? They can't be expecting the government to be giving them handouts when the bad times are there. They have to inbuild that into their economic model.
With higher rates of productivity, smallholders are often held up as an example, despite some exporters questioning the quality of some of the tea that they produce. However, is government subsidy to smallholders unfair?
Yeah, they get more. They got more from the government. Clear the jungle, they give subsidy. They to plant the tea, they give plants, and they give manure subsidy. So they get everything.
Tea, it seems, is undoubtedly political. But government intervention is not the only political force that poses a threat. Some argue union influence is not always in the industry's best interests.
The politics has always been a disturbing element. When the planters and the trade unions don't come to some agreement, there is always unseen hand of government coercing and imposing, indirectly even some mandatory wage increases. Union, unlike any other industry, union is not separate from a political party. So there is a political agenda that drives these movements. So politicians exist because of the voters, and always they'll try to put the interests of the voters in front rather than the interests of the industry.
In October, trade unions helped agree a 50 rupee rise to workers' basic wage, plus a bonus for reaching a 22-kilo target. But how are unions viewed by the people they represent?
அப்படி எதுவுமே இல்லை. அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது வேணும்னா மட்டும் ஃபேக்ட்ரிக்கு வருவாங்க, எங்களை தேடி வருவாங்க வீட்டுக்கு. மற்றபடி நாங்கள் எது சொன்னாலும் கூட கண்டுக்க மாட்டோம். ஆனால் மாதம் மாதம் நாங்கள் எங்களுக்கு சம்பளத்தில் 150 ரூபா அவங்களுக்கு தான் கொடுக்குறோம் நாங்கள்.
In response, Mr. Sivalingam, MP and CWC party leader, claimed the worker was being used as propaganda by anti-union NGOs. The recent increase in wages was eventually agreed after years of negotiation and a wave of estate worker protests, instigated by unions. But many workers remain bitterly disappointed at union failure to agree a higher daily wage, such as the 1,000 rupees originally suggested by unions. Is this disappointment creating distrust between workers, unions and estate management, and damaging productivity? Many planters feel tea estate workers get a fair deal and point out that they earn above the average for rural Sri Lankans. However, tea plucker wages vary considerably depending on the season and how many leaves there are to pluck. In part 4, we will see the reality of the tea estate worker's life.